Good morning, all of you. Now, today, in continuation with the same history chapter, Nazism and the Rise of Hitler, we'll have a look at the conclusion. We have already done the entire chapter, and now we are on page 72. So, the last paragraph here, knowledge about the Holocaust. That is what we are going to do today. And yesterday, if you remember, we have done the Nazi cult of motherhood, what Hitler considered the mothers, or how, with what ideas in mind did he consider women in his country. And like we did that, he did not consider men and women equally, and he thought that the roles of both men and women differ, and so women's fight for equal rights, that is all wrong. Then we also had a look at the art of propaganda, that how the Nazis, they coined words and how they manipulated media, how they used it to their advantage. And then we also had a look at what was the reaction of the ordinary people against the crimes which were committed in Germany under the shadow of the Second World War. And we also saw, to conclude yesterday, that the Jews, the way they suffered in Nazi Germany. Now the story is different altogether, because they even began, they were so much tortured and repressed and suppressed, that that they began to believe the stereotypes that the Nazis have spread about them, and they, even in their dreams, they dreamt about their hooked noses and their movements and their outward appearance. And so the Jews, they died many times before finally they were killed in the gas chambers. Okay. So now the information about all the Nazis were doing, now it began to trickle, just drop by drop, little by little, the news began to trickle out of Germany during the last years of Nazi regime. But it was only after the Second World War it was ended and Germany was defeated, that the world, it came to realize what has really happened in Germany. And though Germany, it was preoccupied, because they had lost the war, and so they were just emerging, they were trying to emerge from the rubble of being a defeated country. And at the same time, the Jews, when Germany was busy in that, the Jews, they wanted the world to remember the cruelties and the sufferings that they had endured during the Nazi regime, Nazi killing operations, which were also called as the Holocaust. Now, Holocaust means destruction or slaughter on a mass scale. And once a ghetto inhabitant, the Jews, they could not live in their houses, and they were forced to live in Jewish houses or in ghettos. And before entering into a ghetto, they had to surrender all their wealth and all. So a ghetto inhabitant once said to another ghetto inhabitant that he just wanted to outlive this war just by half an hour. So why just by half an hour? Now maybe it could be because he wanted the world to know that what they have suffered in Nazi Germany. And this indomitable spirit, now indomitable means a spirit which is difficult to subdue, difficult to defeat. Now this spirit, indefeatable spirit, to bear witness as to what has happened to them, now that led the people to preserve documents. And this can be seen in many ghettos and camps, where the people, they wrote diaries, and they have kept notebooks in which they wrote on a daily basis, or whenever they could find time, as to what was going on. And many of the people, they created even archives, like all the events that were happening. And so, like, they could stick pictures if they got any, or the leaflets, or the posters, or even if they could write about what was going on. So the people, they kept archives. And on the other hand, what the Nazis did, when they thought that all is lost and now they were going to be defeated in the war, so what they did, they distributed petrol to all their functionaries, so as to burn all the incriminating Incriminating evidence means all those evidences which would make them guilty. So they burned all those documents available in their offices. But though they may have burned all those evidences, the official evidences, but still the memory of the Holocaust, it still lives on. It still lives on in memoirs. Memoirs are personal experiences or biographies of people, or in fiction, in documentaries, in poetry, in memorials and museums in many parts of the world today. So though the Nazis, they have burned all the official documents, but still the memory of the Holocaust still lives on through all this, and all these memoirs and these documentaries, the fiction that is written on them, the poetry, memorials, museums. Now all these are a tribute to everyone, like a homage to everyone who resisted what was going on in Nazi Germany, and an embarrassing reminder, like all those who helped or who joined, for them it is an embarrassing reminder and a warning for everyone who watched in silence. So that concludes the chapter. I hope you all must have understood. Yes, class?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so
Yes,
that
ma'am.
completes the chapter. Now let's move on with the question answers. So all of you get your registers and a pen, and I will give you some questions. I'll give you both short ones, very short ones, as well as long ones. Very important chapter, so try to find out the answers, and if there's any problem like with any of the answers, you can post on the group and I will get back to you with the answer of that particular question. Okay, so should I start? Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, first one. What were the main features? What were the main features of Hitler's geopolitical? What were the main features of Hitler's apostrophe S, geopolitical, G-E-O and then political, geopolitical concept of Lebensraum, L-E-B-E-N-S-R-A-U-M, L-E-B-E-N-S-R-A-U-M, Lebensraum. Okay, this answer you will get on page number 61. Page number 61. And the proper second paragraph here, see the other aspect of Hitler's ideology related to the geopolitical concept. So in this paragraph you will get the answer to this particular question. Okay, next one. Nazis used chilling words. Nazis used chilling words as an art of propaganda. Nazis used chilling words as an art of propaganda. As an art of propaganda. Full stop. Justify. Nazis used chilling words as an art of propaganda. Full stop. Justify. All right. Nazi propaganda. This you will get on page 68. Page 68 and a little bit on page 69 also. So page 68, the last paragraph here, and that particular paragraph which continues on to page 69. So in that particular paragraph you will get the answer to this question. Okay. Next. Explain the impact of the First World War. Explain the impact of the First World War on European society and polity. Polity means politics. Explain the impact of the First World War. Explain the impact of First World War on European society and polity. Okay. So this you will get on page number 52. Page 52 under the heading the effects of war, the second paragraph. Page 52 under the heading effects of war, the second paragraph here. The First World War left a deep imprint on European society and polity, that particular paragraph. Got it, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, examine the inherent defects. Examine the inherent, I-N-H-E-R-E-N-T, I-N-H-E-R-E-N-T, inherent defects in the Weimar Republic. Weimar Republic, not Republic, Weimar Constitution. Examine the inherent defects in the Weimar, W-E-I-M-A-R, W-E-I-M-A-R, in the Weimar Constitution. In the Weimar Constitution. Examine the inherent defects in the Weimar Constitution. Okay, the Weimar Constitution. Page number 55. Page 55, the last paragraph here. Page 55, the last paragraph. Look, got the answer?
Ma'am, from politically to the Weimar Republic.
Yes, politically too, the Weimar Republic was fragile. See, the Weimar Constitution had some inherent defects. Got it? Till a liberal use of Article 48, the third last line, till there.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, next. Who was Hitler? Who was Hitler? Question mark. How did Hitler reconstruct Germany? Who was Hitler? Question mark. How did Hitler reconstruct Germany? Okay. For Hitler, a little bit on Hitler you will get on page 56, first paragraph. Page 56, first paragraph, you will get to know who was Hitler, and then the second part of the question, how did Hitler reconstruct Germany? Now reconstruction you will get on page 59, reconstruction you will get on page 59. You will write for the second part from basically the first two paragraphs here, okay? Not the third one here, like Hitler did not stop there, not that paragraph, the first two paragraphs. From that only, don't write the entire thing, but all the main points you will have to write. And you need to express yourself properly, alright? Not just give 4 or 5 word sentences, proper sentences. Okay, next. And you know, for 5 mark questions you really have to write quite a much. So not just 5 line, 5 points and you will get 5 marks. That is not how it works. Okay, next one. What steps did Hitler take to systematically, right, system, then ATICALLY. What steps did Hitler take to systematically destroy democracy? systematically destroy democracy. Okay, now this is page 58, the destruction of democracy. Page 58, the destruction of democracy, and in this particular answer you will really have to write a lot, like you have to start from that President Hindenburg. He offered the post of chancellorship, which was the highest position in the cabinet of ministers, to Hitler. Then you also have to write about the fire decree. Then you have to write about the enabling act, the special surveillance forces, a little bit from the last paragraph, but from the first two paragraphs you really have to write quite a lot, that how did Hitler, he destroyed democracy. Okay, next, what were the main features of Nazism? What were the main features of Nazism? Now, main features of Nazism, they are on page 61. You know, you have already written about Lebensraum, which was his second principle, and the first is Hitler's worldview. And this you will get on page 61, both the things you will get on page 61. So, page 61, first paragraph, Hitler's Nazi ideology was synonymous with Hitler's worldview. According to him, there was no equality between races, only a racial hierarchy existed. So, from there you have to write that he considered everyone to be like in a racial hierarchy and not equal, and then write a little bit about his worldview, and then about Lebensraum also, his geopolitical concept of Lebensraum, because these two things together, they constitute the main features of Nazism. Okay. What were, next question, what were the Nazi ideas on race? What were the Nazi ideas on race? Question mark. What was the final solution to the Jewish problem? What were the Nazi ideas on race? What was Nazis' ideas on race? Question mark. What was the final solution to the Jewish problem? What was the final solution to the Jewish problem? Okay, so first again, first they have asked you what were the Nazis' ideas on race or of race. So for that, you know, you have to write again from the from page 61 that according to him there was no equality, only a racial hierarchy existed on which the blue-eyed Nordic German Aryans, they were on the top and Jews at the bottom, and all the rest of the races according to their physical appearance they were placed somewhere in between. So you have to write that also, and that Jews they were considered. Then you will come back to page 62. First you will write from there, and like you will also write that the Jews, they came to be regarded as the anti-race, the arch enemies of the Aryans. So this you will write, and then you will come to page 62, 62 and the that particular paragraph, the third paragraph or the second new paragraph, the Jews remain the worst sufferers in Nazi Germany. So from there you will write what was the final solution to the Jewish problem. That write a little bit about that also, that Nazi hatred of Jews had a precursor in the traditional Christian hostility towards Jews, and then they had been stereotyped as killers of Christ and usurers. Then you will come to the fourth last line, that Hitler's hatred of Jews was based on pseudo-scientific theories of race, and which held that conversion was no solution to the Jewish problem, and it could be only solved through their total elimination. So that would be the answer to this particular question. Okay. Next, how did Hitler use scientific principles? How did Hitler use scientific principles to further his ideology? How did Hitler use scientific principles? How did Hitler use scientific principles to further his ideology? To further his ideology? Question mark. Why was it incorrect? Why was it incorrect? Now again for this you will write from page number 61. You will write from there that Hitler, page 61, you will write from the second paragraph or the first proper paragraph, 1, 2, 3. Seventh line, Hitler's racism was borrowed from thinkers like Charles Darwin and Herbert Spencer, and you will write that then the second part you will write this whole thing, then they are asking that why was it incorrect. So you will write that we should bear in mind that Darwin never advocated human intervention in what he thought was a purely natural process of selection, but however his ideas were used by racial thinkers and politicians to justify imperial rule over conquered peoples. Okay, so you will write till there.
Ma'am,
Yes, beta.
ma'am, please repeat this question.
Question. How did Hitler use scientific principles? How did Hitler use scientific principles to further his ideology? Scientific principles to further his ideology. Why was it incorrect? Why was it incorrect? Okay, next one. How was Nazi ideology taught? How was Nazi ideology taught to the youth in Germany? How was Nazi ideology taught to the youth in Germany? To the youth in Germany, this you will get on page 66. Page 66.
Ma'am, how was?
Nazi ideology. How was Nazi ideology taught to the youth in Germany? How was Nazi ideology taught to the youth in Germany? Page 66. Next. What were the main features? What were the main features? What were the main features of the economic depression? What were the main features of the economic depression of 1929? What were the main features of the economic depression of 1929? Economic depression of 1929. This you will get on page 54, the years of depression. The first paragraph under the years of depression, right from there. Okay, next one. State any three features. State any three features of the new style of politics. State any three features of the new style of politics devised by Hitler. State any three features of the new style of politics devised by Hitler. Now for this you have to come to page number 57. Page 57. See the second paragraph here. Hitler devised a new style of politics. And this paragraph till the first paragraph on the next page. Page 58, the first paragraph also. Because this is both the paragraphs are quite small ones. So till there. Okay, next. Examine why Nazi propaganda. Examine why Nazi propaganda was effective. examine why Nazi propaganda was effective in creating a hatred for Jews. Examine why Nazi propaganda was effective in creating a hatred for Jews. Now this you will get on page number 68, Nazi propaganda. The second paragraph here, under the art of propaganda, the second paragraph, which continues till on to page 69. So that particular paragraph, that propaganda films were made to create hatred for Jews, and all this. The most infamous film was The Eternal Jew. Orthodox Jews were stereotyped and marked. All that you have to write in this particular answer. Okay. Write down. Okay, now we don't have time, so I have to give you still more questions. So for today, how many questions have I given you?
Ma'am, 13.
Ma'am,
13.
13.
Okay,
Ma'am,
so
13.
13 are very less for this chapter. So next turn we'll continue with the question answers of this chapter only, and then if we'll have time we will start with the civics chapter, working of institutions. Otherwise we will first finish off the question answers of this particular chapter, and then we'll move on to the civics chapter. So that would be all for today.